Back to my arch nemesis of recent times, the weighted chin-ups. In here I thought about listening to myself from what I said the previous week when I was only able to do 6, 5 and 4 with an extra 24 kilos, so I slightly changed the orientation of my wrist. I was working from a neutral position, alignment of the wrist, and I thought that this was going to allow me to pull a bit more in a more comfortable position. And I did get one extra rep overall from the previous week. What I'm noticing is that at least it allows me to go on both sides of the machine. So I guess that at least it makes for a less monotonous viewpoint, viewing angle. I don't know. In between these chin-up sets, I was doing some one-leg Romanian deadlifts for the annoyed hip. I was doing it only for the left side because I just wanted to get some blood pumping in there, and I'm noticing that it's mainly the discomfort mainly resides when I'm keeping my leg somewhat straight. So if my knee is bent, I feel less discomfort, and then I go into hip flexion at that point. I was glad that it didn't really give me any discomfort a couple of days previous to this when I was doing the hanging leg raises, but still it's something that I feel on a day-to-day basis when I'm sitting, when I'm bending down to pick something up from the floor or to tie my shoes, all that kind of stuff, which is kind of annoying that I cannot really get rid of. Anyways, passing by before this was the second set of the chin-ups, and the fifth rep over there looked like a very annoying grinder because it was. I really felt like 5 was the best that I could do in the second set, and I kind of dreaded that I was going to be getting the another 4 in the third set that I was going to do. In here, I also did something for the right part of the body because I felt that if I am going to be doing something within 3 minutes, definitely I can get more repetitions in for the single leg Romanian deadlifts. This is the third set, and as I said before, I was able to get 5 in. Definitely, I feel like the neutral grip has helped out. If I don't think that the supinated grip is bad per se. It's just that the previous gym, where I was doing it, it had a slight arch, so that was probably helping with the orientation, with the supination, and the neutral grip is probably the strongest position that I can be in. So in this situation, it's probably the best bet if I want to be getting something more in. After that, I went over to doing some lower body stuff, and this was the time for the Bulgarian split squats. I went back to 16 kilos because the previous week I was doing them with 18, and simply because the 16 kilos were taken, the amount of dumbbells is very limited. There is only a pair for each weight increase, and it goes up 2 by 2. So I was getting this 16, and I was doing 2 sets, pushing like 8 or so repetitions per leg. And luckily, I speak from a few days after this, it didn't give me soreness like the previous weight, the 18 kilos gave me. So definitely this is the better way to progress at the moment. And then as I can increase the sets and the repetition slightly, I then will be moving on to 18 kilo dumbbells. Each jump is about it's 4 kilos, so it's sizable considering the weights that I'm dealing with right now, which are not very heavy. And then I was doing some wrist work, and on top of the wrist work for both the flexion and extension of the wrist, I was also getting in some volume and time on a handstand. And I thought about doing them on the wall because I realized that sometimes I kind of tend to get carried away with the fact that I'm progressing a movement or an exercise in a way that I think is good, and then I kind of move over to the next progression, even though I would benefit from doing what I've been doing up until now for time, because allowing my body to stay in that position, gets me better over time. It's just extra volume, and if I go to a better progression, to a harder progression, then I cut the volume by a sizable chunk, and then I take away from the progression itself. And this could be a reason why sometimes I'm stalling on exercises. Makes me think that probably on the weighted chin-ups, I should be doing some more body weight work only, because I've been doing mostly weighted stuff and explosive stuff, which are all in the low-ish rep range. And if I want to be progressing, I should be probably adding some extra volume in there in the form of something that is more manageable, and it's more conducive to higher repetition ranges and volumes, therefore. So yeah, definitely I will be adding some normal pull-up work, which I can do from the home gym anyways. I just need to go over there, and it doesn't really matter the orientation of the wrist. It can be chin-ups, it can be neutral, it can be the normal supinated grip. And then what I also think I should be doing is to increase the amount of work that I'm doing on the handstand. So on top of doing the eccentrics on the freestanding handstand push-up, I should be doing those on the wall, and then I should be doing some volume for normal handstands, both freestanding and on the wall. Not too much, because then I don't want the pendulum to swing all the way back. So it's a fine tuning. Ciao.